Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am back again with something new, something really substantial for you all that will certainly help you to level up your English quotient. Okay, so if you have heard this word, I'm not very sure. The word is hitherto. Okay. Now, in India, it is considered as an old English word. But if you refer to the books, any subject books of University of London, the word is still very much rapidly and rampantly used in the curriculum of these books. Hitherto. Okay. Uh, if you have checked Shakespeare's article, there also you will find hitherto you know quite a bit used in the poetries and the text, etc. Yeah. So what is hitherto? Let's understand this word. What is hitherto and how should we actually make use of this word? How is the pronunciation of this word? The pronunciation is hitherto. Hitherto. Okay. You can ignore the accent. That's okay. Accent should come, it should be as natural as possible. And we as Indians have an Indian accent and we are proud to have one. Okay. But however, the pronunciation is hitherto, hitherto. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of this word? The meaning is basically until now, okay, or until a particular time. Or you can also say so far. So far, I am good. So you can say hitherto, I am good. Okay. Until now, I'm fine. I'm fine with this. Okay. So hitherto, I'm fine with this. Yeah. So until now, till date, as yet, heretofore, all these are basically synonymously used. Okay. And they are basically synonyms of hitherto. Yeah. Now, the next question is how should you use this in the sentence? Okay. Now, before you actually understand the actual usage of any word in the sentence, it is imperative that you understand what is the part of speech of that particular word. I hope we all know that English language has 8 parts of speech. And before you put to use any word in the sentence, you have to know the part of speech of that word. Okay. So now, whether it is a noun, whether it is a verb, whether it is an adverb, whether it is an adjective, so on and so forth. Okay. So, what is the part of speech of the word hitherto? What is the part of speech? Are you aware about it? Well, let me tell this to you. Hitherto is basically an adverb. What is it? It's an adverb. Now, what is the function of an adverb? Okay, or how are we supposed to make use of adverbs in any sentence? So, how should the sentence structure be like? Okay, especially when you have an adverb. Well, this is exactly what we cover with our in our paid programs with my paid community members. Okay, and that whenever you have a verb, whenever you have an adverb, what are the different kinds of sentence structure that English language entails? All these are something that we cover in our paid classes. Nonetheless, we will definitely cover something which is relevant here also in this video. Okay, now that hitherto is an adverb. Adverb is basically something that describes the verb further. Okay. So if you'll see, adverb will either describe the verb or it will describe the adjective. Yeah. Or it will also describe another adverb. Yeah. So if it is describing the verb, if it is describing the verb in any sentence, then of course you will find hitherto being placed near the verb. Okay, if it is describing the adjective, you will find hitherto being placed near the adjective, and so on, the adverb. Okay, so now let's look at different example sentences. Let's understand how hitherto is used in those sentences and what kind of structure are they following. Yeah, so the very first one, can you see this? Yeah. Economic aid has been offered to hitherto disaster prone areas. Now, in case if you don't really want to get into very much technicalities like the sentence structures, etc., okay, it is good to always be aware about the different kinds of sentence structures in English if you really want to learn this language well. Okay. However, if you really want a quick hack as to where you should use hitherto, then let me give you a quick hack. What did I tell you? The meaning of this word is somewhere like so far. Okay. So just substitute so far in the sentence. Wherever you feel so far fits in correctly, in the place of so far, you can just, put hitherto. Yeah, so just substitute it with so far and just check whether how does it sound. So like economic aid has been offered to so far disaster prone areas. So far disaster prone areas has been offered what? This hitherto. Sorry, has been offered what? Economic aid. Okay. So instead of so far, I am putting hitherto here. Now listen to me. Also look at the sentence structure. Okay. Just give a just look hear it out. Okay. If you even if you do not want to get into the technicalities, just hear it out. Now offered here is basically a verb. Okay. And to is a preposition which is fixed with the verb offered. Okay, so this actually becomes a phrasal verb, offered to. Yeah. So now if you see, where is hitherto placed? Hitherto is placed after offered to, which means after the verb. Okay, why? Because it is describing the verb. Yeah. So just observe the sentence structure. The next one. The next one is a bit different. The season two of this show aims for a larger narrative scope, hitherto unseen in the previous season. Okay, so far, just substitute it with so far. So the season two of the show aims for a larger narrative scope, so far unseen in the previous season. Okay, which means something which has been unseen so far. Okay, that was it will now be covered in season two. That's what they're saying. Okay, so just substitute it with so far, and you will be all set and clear as to where you should use the word hitherto. Yeah. The next one. So basically, here, hitherto is describing the larger narrative scope. Larger narrative scope is nothing but an adjective here. Okay. Then the third one. This taxation of family allowances hitherto untaxed. Okay. So in Hindi, we call it as abhi tak. In English, you can say the untaxation of family allowances so far are untaxed. Okay. So again, hitherto, untaxed here is an adjective, and because hitherto is describing the adjective untaxed, like so far it is untaxed, it is, you can see it's near the adjective untaxed. Okay. So you can say the taxation of the family allowances so far untaxed, and you can be very much clear that instead of so far, just add hitherto to level up. Yeah. Look at the next last sentence. Here, I'm using hitherto first, okay, which is absolutely correct. Hitherto, the financial risk so far, okay, so far, the financial risk of delays were assumed by the clients. Okay, so far, the financial risk of delays, who were assuming it? Only the clients were assuming it. So far, instead of so far, I will just say hitherto. Okay. So, well, that's about it. Now, time to take some action. So, generally as a norm, whenever I teach you a concept, I generally, at the end of the video, I give you some sentences and I expect you to solve them and, comment niche, beyond, below the video so that I can understand whether you have understood the concept or not. And I make sure that I reply to the answers given. Okay. So now if you see, look at the first one. The democracy has failed to control the number of crimes in the country. Yeah. So now this is a sentence which is given to you. Now, somewhere you have to, not somewhere, you have to correctly place hitherto. But where? You will tell me that. Okay. The last one, I have already given you the answer. Okay. So I've given you a clue. As a result, it's okay. Workers who had hitherto been reliable, now neglected their work. Who had so far been reliable, now neglected their work. Okay, so this is a clue. This is a clue. Now, based on this, you have these two sentences, okay, wherein you are expected to correctly place hitherto in the sentence. So do comment. And of course, if you have liked my content, please, please, please like it, subscribe, do hit that bell button so that you can receive notifications on all my upcoming videos, which generally you will find, on the weekends. I generally release one video. Okay. So that's about it. And thank you so much. See you soon in the next video with something new that will certainly, certainly help you level up. Yep. Bye.